Today we'll see how to use arrays in AutoCAD. So actually arrays are used to create multiple number of copies of the object at specific pattern. If you want to create multiple number of copies of the object, then you will use array command. Array command is available in many softwares. Okay, the purpose of this to create multiple number of copies. For example, here we have three type of arrays. If you go to array, and here you will see rectangular array, we have path array and polar array. So rectangular array, if you can see the definition, it says distribute objects copies into any combination of rows and columns and levels. In other way, if I will tell you, you can create copy on x-axis, y-axis and z-axis. Rows mean x-axis, columns mean y-axis and levels mean z-axis. Let's see how it will work, then it will clear. Alright, so I will make, for example, one object. Let's say here. So I have made it one object. This is one object I have made it. So simple, I will draw a circle inside. So just in the future, if you want to edit it, so we'll see also how it works. So this is just consider one object I have just created. So I want to create number of copies for these items. So select these items like that and go to array, and first we are going to use a rectangular array which will copies number of object in rows and columns, alright, and levels. Just click here. As you click, you will see automatically so number of copies are created. So you can see we have 3 rows and 4 columns. 1, 2, 3 rows and 1, 2, 3, 4 columns. So how they calculated? It's automatic. Look at here. As you will click array, and here you will see columns are 4 and we have 4. Rows are 3, we have 3 rows. Levels are 1. I will show you what is this level actually. If you want columns, mean we have this one x-axis, then rows on y-axis, and levels we have z-axis. I will show you. For example, if you will change your workspace into 3D, just click on this viewport or go to here views, alright, or just click here, so you will see it's changed right into 3D workspace from this viewport view cube we have. If you click here, so you can come back to top view and come back here. It will show you now 3D view. Now if you will change levels also 3, so you will see it will create number of levels 3 also. So like that. So it's working, it's useful in 3D perspective. But I will make it level 1. Okay, we will be focusing in 2D columns and rows. Alright, so one level and just change it to top again. Now if you want to increase number of columns, just increase here. For example, you want 5 number of columns, and rows you can change also. For example, 10 rows you want. Alright, now you will see you have created like that. Number of copies. We have 5 and 10 rows. Okay, if you want to change the distance between, for example, now for the we will make it 3 by 3, right? Just click here, 3 column and 3 rows as well. Now we will be more easy to understand. Now here you will see 3 column 3 rows. We have the distance from here to here is 0.8987 and it's here 0.8987. Column spacing. If you want to change it, for example 0.5, so it will change also the distance from here to here is 0.5. So distance from column you can change, also distance between rows you can change also. 5, you will see the distance has been changed. So this is distance between rows and columns here, right? And you can also change the total distance. Total means from here to that last midpoint. Right, so 3 rows we have and total columns we have here, total distance 1. If you will change total distance, it will change also distance between object. So you can change total distance as well, and you can change also distance between 2 objects. Alright, I'll go here total distance, how will change. It depends on the project requirement. For example, if you have total distance, you want to distribute objects accordingly, you will just mention I have this total distance and I need number of copies that much. So this is a way where you can enter values and you can create copies. Alright, You want to do manual, you can do also click on this grid, alright, so you can move it like in this direction to add more rows. If you click here, you can just diagonally, you can add also rows and columns together, right? You can also decrease or increase distance by click and release mouse like that. Click and release mouse and move up and down to reduce distance. As you will change distance, of course, it will be automatically updated here if you want to do. Before closing array, here we have one option that is called associative. Associative array means every object will be linked. Every object will be acting as a group, and anytime you can modify them. Okay, for example, let's see what is the difference, associative, non-associative. Just close array first of all. Now you will see the array has been created. If you click object, any of them, you will see all selected. Still, you can modify an array because it's associative. You can again click, you can move like that, you can reduce distance, and you can treat it as an array. But if you will create another array, non-associative, for example, click this one, select this object, go to arrays and rectangular, and this time just uncheck this option. Uncheck this associative array. Now just close array. This is acting as non-associative. Just check and uncheck. Just click. Alright, if you click, it's associative. It's non-associative. So this one going to non-associative. Close array. Non-associative means it will just create copy one time. Just you created copies. You don't want to modify again. Yeah, associative will act as an one group. You can add it then, but it will only one time copy, and every object will be treated as separately. You can delete them as well if it's some objects you wanted to delete. You cannot also apply any trim action on arrays. For example, you have this line, right? Now you want tr, double enter, and you want to trim, it will not trim because it's an array. So if you have, you can copy also, right? If you are not sure, you will need it again. For example, CO, all right, copy and click here and just copy for the safest side. I can explode also this array to break into separate to make it non-associative. So explode, here is the option explode, click here and click array, enter. Now it's exploded. Now you can treat as individually like that. Now even if you use tr, trim, and like that, you can trim like this, like that. Alright, so you can make it non-associative by exploding it. The next, for example, if you have an array and we know that we just created number of copies from one object. So now you decide I want to delete that line in circle. So what do you have to do? You have to explode, you have to delete everything. It will be very hard, right? So what to do? We have to edit one item only, because we can edit array as well. Like we can modify it like this, we can add it also. So what do you have to do? We have to, because we know these all are instance of each other. Instance means they are just created by one object. So you need to click on edit source. When you click on edit source, then you need to click on any of the object because they all are instances. Click, now it's clicked. It's where you really want to edit? Yes. Now only that item will be highlighted. Now just make any changes, delete that line. You will see the appearance will appear in all. Even if you want again line like this, so it will appear in all, right? Like that, right? And circle like this. And now just save changes and you are back. Yeah, all will change. Alright, so click here for example, then go edit source, click any of the object, okay, then just change it like that, so it will change all array. Alright, save. This is benefit of associative array as well. So that's how you can create number of copies of the object. The second type is very popular we have, that is angular array, right? When we say angular or polar, right? Angular or polar same. When we say poles in AutoCAD means angles. So polar array means you are going to create a number of copy in a circle or in an angle based. For the reference purpose, I will design circle like here. Then I will make one small circle in the middle of this. So I want to create number of copies around this circle because it's angle based, polar based, poles. So what do you need to do? So go here and select polar array. It will ask you select object which you want to move. Click here. Now enter. So it will ask you specify center point of array because it's polar array. You want to rotate, you want specify this array center point. Now you will see it's created number of copies. So here we have items. How many items you need? For example, I need 10 items. How many rows? If you want, you need rows also. You can create rows also if you wanted to. Then levels is for 3D. As I told you, you can create levels and just go to 3D. So here you will see it's created. I will come back to 2D and just make it one level, no need. So here we have. So row, I need only one. I don't need more, right? So I have this one. Row and items 10. You can increase items also, for example, 20. So it will give you 20 items. Here distance between each. Okay, angle between items. You can also change the angle between item now. 18 from here to here, the angle is 18 on each. You can change also the angle. For example, you want, for example, 10. Or of course, if you will decrease angle, they will become closer to each other. What does it mean? For example, I will create line. So just come out. Okay, so just make here like this, right? Like this one. So this angle will be 10. Alright, like this. Go to angle and just click here, one line and second line, 10. Alright, so you can define in array. For example, click here. Okay, come back to array. Right, so select this one. So you will be back to array. Click on this. Why is like that? Because we have created non-associative. So again, go back. So again here circle. Alright, click here and go to arrays and polar array. Then select object and enter. Right, so center point, click center point. Now you will be here because here associative is unchecked. Make sure it's checked. Then number of copies I need, for example, 20. Right, so it will give 20. So automatic angle between two is 18. Okay, so now here you can see. So we have create number. So angle is 18. So how much angle you want to fill? 360 mean whole circle. If 180, it will fill it half, and angle will change also. So you can fill also 270. It will also 270. Right, like that. You have rows, of course, you can change as well, and make sure you have associative and non-associative as well. We have here direction and rotate items as well. If you wanted to, for example, I will create again. See, all right, here. So I will bring one chair. All right, I will. You can insert block. I will teach you block. Let's insert block. All right. So here we have. We don't have actually. We have to bring from design center. Insert, and here we have design center. I will bring a chair. All right, for example, this chair. I will teach you, don't worry. Okay, so I just brought this chair from design center, so it's very big. So I will make it scale. Okay, SC scale. You can select this one and just make it 0.2 half. Right, like that. Still is a big. You can make it half as well. So I will make it circle here, no problem. Now move it. So here, just keep it, make, for example, in center. Alright, I just wanted to tell you what is rotate. So select this one, then go to again, array, home, and select here, polar array, then center point. Now it's rotated. If you don't want rotate item, just check the items are not rotated. Like that. So if you will rotate, direction will rotate. All will be direction towards center point. Associative also. How many chairs you want? For example, you want 10 chairs. So you will click here 10 chairs. Then just close array. Now you will see it's done. Later you can just delete as well the circle. Then you can explode also if you want. The best thing is, for example, I told you we cannot work as a trim command. So what do you have to do? You have to explode. Alright, just explode everything. Then use trim command tr. Now you can use like that. Look at this. Like that. Right. So any designs, maybe you have like that. So you can just create. Look at this. Very nice actually. Look at this. So this will work like this with the array. So this is polar array or angular array in AutoCAD. Okay. The third type we have, that is path array. Path array means if you have path and you want to create number of copies along with path, like you have a street and you want to put street lights, then we use this path array. So I will make an arc, for example, here. So this is, for example, my street or path. So here I will create rectangle, and this is my rectangle. So I want to create number of copies along with this path. So select this one and just go to arrays, and here path array. It will ask you select path. So click on path. So you will see automatic number of copies created. You can control number of items from here. Just click and move like that, like this. So here we have option also. This option not activated. Why? Because we created this item, okay, according to the measure method. In measure method, we have distance only. Specify the spacing of the items, right? If you will change its measure to divide, okay, then it will be considered as the whole length of the path. Now here you can divide. For example, you will make it 25. So whatever the path length is, so it will give you 25. I will teach you that divide and measure command. In divide, we have number of items. In measure, we have distance. Yeah, in divide, you have to specify number of items. For example, you have 10 feet length of the room. Then you want 10 chairs. So after 1 feet you will put, right? But if somebody says you have like unknown length of the room, but I need to divide it into equal 9 chairs, so you will use divide. Okay. In measure we give distance, divide we give total number of items. Measure and divide I will teach you, don't worry. So now just select this one, and here you can choose measure or divide. Okay, measure, divide, total items, measure, distance. So here distance between objects, for example, you need 1, right, and enter. So you will see it's done, right? So you have distance. So from here to here distance is 1 unit. So you don't care about the path, but you need only the distance between two. Yeah. Okay. So here number of rows, of course, if you want you can use number of rows as well, like this it will create. Here you have also align item, you can change the direction of them. So if you wanted to align like that, it will be aligned or straight as well. So after that, just close array. Now you will see you have created this one, right? So this is rectangular array, we have polar array, and then we have path array.